Hello. Okay, this is just a quick overview of this shield bash build that I've been playing on ForgeGuard. Even though it doesn't really use anything from ForgeGuard other than this. Ooh, hello. This new node, which lets you two-hand weapon or one-hand two-handed weapons with a shield, which is used to use Event Horizon, which you couldn't do before this patch, but I'm just gonna go into a map and then show it, and then I'll explain everything. Let's go down here. Very smooth. This is 500 corruption. It's not the fastest thing in the world, as you can tell, but it is basically invulnerable at this level. I pushed it up to 700 corruption, and it was okay. It just got real slow. The damage is not the best, but you can't die. And it also can be pushed a lot farther. On the build guide that I made, I actually have about 50% crit with like pretty chill gear. Not chill gear, but pretty attainable gear. And this build only has 18 right now, but so there's actually a lot of room to grow the damage. Plus, if you get like I'm not a great shield, you can get this way better. This is 100% block chance if I hit, but you can also drop some block chance around the place if you get the Uber Aberoth relic, but that's Uber Aberoth, so I'm not planning around that.
Stand down or die.
But yeah, this is the monolith boss. Like, you can't die. You really can't die in monoliths unless you do something really stupid.
Cannot do that.
Which is just kind of how I like to make builds. Like if we go into a 500 corruption echo here. And do this. I can explain more. So you can see we're using Ring of Shields. This whole fight, I'm basically just holding left mouse and right mouse button. Don't have to dodge anything. Really easy. I have like a ton of endurance threshold because I'm actually using the bear set. Oh, can't hover over it while fighting. I'll go over it after this fight. This isn't like the tankiest mob in the world, but he does hit kind of hard, especially with that big meteor. And you can just ignore it. Like it barely goes down below the endurance threshold, and we do have 60% endurance. We actually have way more just because I have some extra rolls. Like my gear is super suboptimal in this build right now. And just in case you ever really need the extra defense, like you can just use Rebuke, basically ignore it. And then put more rings. So yeah, on my build guide, I have Omnis and Shackled something. What is this belt called? Shattered Chains. But I just never got it. And I've been farming a bunch of echoes. Like I have tons of rings and I have a bunch of the boots just kind of everywhere, but I never really sorted them. Yes, a lot of these boots. But never got the belt or the amulet. Not even like a bad one. I just never got it. So, how the build works. So basically, you're scaling a ton of defense. So you're scaling block effectiveness, you're scaling block chance, you're scaling strength, you're scaling... That's pretty much it. Your strength is the main one. As you can see in the tooltip, 1.5% more damage per 1% block chance. So the more block chance, the more damage. Just nice and easy. Block chance is actually the least valuable stat, but it's still pretty nice. Block effectiveness is the big one because of this node here. You get basically 40, you get +1 flat damage per 20 block effectiveness. So you can, or 40. You can think of it as +1 damage per 20 block effectiveness. And you get regularly up to 10k when the shield thing goes off. Well, you get higher than this just because when you're getting hit by stuff it matters more. And also, because of this node here, you get 100 block effectiveness per shield. And we use tons of shields. We actually, if you go into here, use this node, which doubles the duration of the shields as well. But it comes with the caveat that they don't follow you around, so they just kind of sit there. So we circumvent that by using Wall of Shields, which basically lets you bring them with you when you shield bash. It also like improves your AoE a bit, but like the AoE is only the width of the shield, as you can tell. If you look at the line, just the line itself, when the shields despawn here, it'll shrink. So it's a little narrow. Basically, the AoE is negligible. It is purely just to bring the shields with you, because... Sorry for the background. If you look at... this node, if you look at this node, it doesn't matter that the shields are next to you at all. So you can just stack them, and Wall of Shields, which is the one that brings them to you, only has 7. You can see it left one here. You can only bring 7 with you, and it doesn't matter because you only need 1 next to you for it's in here, this node. Oh, I put a point. Okay, one of these points is supposed to be here. This is insane. This gives you so much damage because this is a multiplier, and I'm pretty sure it's the only multiplier you can get for block effectiveness. It just gives you so much block effectiveness on heal, and the heal is based on this, which is every 6 seconds each shield heals nearby allies, which sounds super inconsistent because this is also, please, this is only every 4. This only lasts for 4 seconds, and if this heals every 6 seconds, you actually have a ton of downtime. But this also gives you a chance to spawn a shield once you get hit, or once you block. Like 50% chance once you get hit, or once you block, to spawn a shield up to 3 times per 6 seconds. This kind of offsets the heal, so you just have it up 24/7. I'll go into another one here, with some more information. This is an easy one. I don't hit a wall.
I cannot do that.
And since the damage is kind of low, I tend to just run by everything and clean monoliths.
I cannot do that.
You're not gonna die. So.
I cannot do that.
Stay here.
Stand down.
Like, the damage isn't bad, but it's not like the meta build kind of like killing Aberoth in 10 seconds kind of thing. I'll do an Aberoth kill too.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, it's really comfy, and it's just chill, really. The only reason I'm making this video pretty early is because this is the first character of the season, and I just want to try so many things. So I want to just move on to a different build for now. We are going to attempt not Uber Aberoth, just regular Aberoth, because it's kind of my benchmark, I feel, that's going to be for these builds. And this, you might want to skip past this in the video because it's not a fast fight, but it's very comfortable. There's only 2 things you really have to dodge.
Finally returned to me, and with a guest. But first, prove yourselves worthy.
Aberoth! Face us yourself!
I'll actually keep this open too so you can see the stats, because you have tons of armor too. 0% worried about dying. I don't even know what I'm getting this reward from. The friend here, is this guy getting a reward?
Traveler, don't worry about me.
Such wasted potential. Oropis would have welcomed you.
The nice thing about the shields too is I don't really know if it works on Aberoth that well, but bosses tend to target the shields quite a lot. You have it as well. You can almost survive it, but it's just like but you don't have to dodge anything in normal. Like, this is the thing that's hurting me the most here. Oops. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I stunned him. So yeah, the only thing you have to worry about is that, I'll point it out next time it happens, is a big circle. It's nice if you avoid these balls, so they don't leave pools, but it's really not a big deal. Also, you have kind of a weirdly high range because of the line. You can see the line come all the way over here. This is an ultra wide, so this is like, this is probably the max range of 16 by 9 monitor. I'm just gonna like face tank everything here. I've used a couple potions just to make sure that like, you really don't have to worry much about this fight at all. I'll go over my gear after this too, but this build can still go so much farther. I just want to put them into other builds right now.
This is his answer. The void.
My low crit chance you can really see it on the health bar, on regular hits versus crits.
Fights for nothing. The void hungers.
Yeah, that might be it. Let's not play with that. The big laser here will kill you too. This one. And yeah.
What?
Sorry, I was dragging a window across so I could look at things. Nice. Pick everything up.
No. Atros.
But yeah. I had a 1 LP world splitter. I know this is kind of meta right now, so just dump everything away for now. Yeah, so I've been trying to like slam these with harbingers. Like, Event Horizon is a super easy unique to farm, especially around 500 corruption. Getting your first one kind of sucks, but once you have it, like this multiplies your damage so much. This is like the only weapon to consider. There's nothing really close to it because we completely ignore the less attack speed of it, so it's completely unbalanced. If you actually look at increased attack speed has no effect for shield bash right at the bottom there. Attack speed has no effect of shield bash whatsoever, so you can't actually increase the speed at all. You know what, let's go sit at the arena here with some training dummies. This is super rambly, but I want this more for myself in the future, if anything. But yeah. So I have a crit multiplier version of this, which is tier 5, tier 6, I believe. This is actually better than the 42 flat damage, which I found funny. And it's mostly because flat damage does not scale very well at all because of this node. You just have so much flat damage. It's about 500 flat damage. Like, it's crazy how much flat damage you have. So flat damage is not as valuable in this as other builds. And then this is the main other scaling. More physical damage per strength. I actually have a little note here. Strength gives you so much. So yeah, my little notepad here says for every 10 strength we have, which right now we have 147. For every 10 strength, we get 40% increased armor. So, actually, I can show you this real time. It's a good one. Okay, well, this is 185 armor. You can just see how much it's giving. This is almost 12k, all the way up to 14.4k, just with 185 armor. You have so much increased armor just from strength and a couple other things, but mostly strength. Strength also just gives you base damage because this is a strength skill. So you got 588% increased damage because of all our strength. You get 10% from, or 10% more damage per 10 strength because of this. You get 1% per strength. Crazy. You also, this is actually the main reason why the end game of this build is crit, is you get 2 crit multi per 2 strength from this, and you also get basically every 10 strength you get 2 fizz penetration, which is also insane. And it gives you crit multi too, so it feels less bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this strength scaling too. We use the new crafting system of shattering sets. Oh, pressing all the wrong buttons. So these 3 items are actually set pieces with strength, and it's pretty much just set pieces with strength instead of what the set pieces are. We're using the bears. So yeah, you can shatter these in one of the Woe and Echoes and put the set bonus on a different item. And the base items are kind of trash. Like, this one's okay, but you don't use any of the stats, really. So instead, we get strength and block chance effectiveness gloves with the set bonus. Ideally, this mana is also crit chance, but these would be the hardest item to roll for, like, GG version of it. This, I just had a tier 7 exalted strength, or tier 6. That's lame. I thought that was tier 7. And some health with the bear set. This is just strength with the bear set. This 14 melee damage, if wielding a mace, isn't as strong as you think it is. Again, because we just have so much flat. It's still good, but we have so much flat damage that it's not as good as you think. Shield is pretty much just block chance, block effectiveness. What else? I think that's all you really want on a shield, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can get reduced damage taken on block if you want, but I got lucky with this shield, like double T7. Ideally, you use... See, I just find one by scrolling through my garbage. Yeah, ideally you want a good legendary version of this to give tons of block effectiveness and strength, because you can't normally roll strength on a shield. It makes mana a bit more of a problem, unless you're... Like, single target mana becomes kind of a problem, which I don't like. This is super rambly. So my amulet is supposed to be Omni's, which is just a big resistance one, but I never got it, even after farming all these rings. This I never slammed. You can definitely slam some strength on it, or some crit chance. That would actually be really good. I never even got a good other ring, so my rings have always kind of sucked. That's pretty much the gear. You want this mostly for the -3 melee attack mana cost. But I also got strength on this. This is the only thing I really care about, is the strength. We don't care about the frailty because we get it from our tree already, from this. So it's really just that 14 strength on here. Only the 14 strength. Also, we have insane stun chance, so I actually have been using this, and it just stun locks some enemies, and it's kind of funny. Idols, this should be ideally the block chance and crit chance ones, but I never found good crit chance ones, so you wouldn't take crit chance without the block effectiveness. Block effectiveness is just so good. And this is the same thing, it's just more block effectiveness. And this one actually rolled pretty well and got some crit chance as well. Not a lot, but some. This one's actually pretty good. Blessings. What do we got in here? I forget. Some crit multi. This should actually be crit chance right now, honestly. But I didn't farm it. What are some important ones? This one is kind of important because you're kind of starved. Like, I have good resistances right now. But you're kind of starved for resist. Because you should be taking health. Like, I actually should have a lot more health on this character. But I just don't have well-rolled wet items yet. You could have a lot more health than I have right now. What else can I ramble about? Oh, I haven't really gone over the skills. This can be lunge if you really want it to. I just like it because you can just go for it. I'm very partial to shield rush. A lot of people like lunge more though. It makes sense. This tree doesn't really matter. You just take, as long as you take these 6 points. Symbols of Hope. This one's kind of big. This one gives you a lot of free block chance. Because I take 5 symbols total, so it's 15 block chance and a bunch of block effectiveness. You never press this button. If you press this button, you lose both tankiness and damage. Because it's just a damage reduction now, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh, you get some ward too, but you lose so much defense by pressing it, so it's not even worth it. Yeah, you get so much free endurance threshold from this, too. You can drop points from this as well if you need some more mana regen, because early on, mana becomes kind of a problem. You can actually see I have tons of mana regen. And it's mostly because Ring of Shields actually costs a lot of mana. Like 45, like 30, depending on your mana regen, you might just start running out of mana at the end of long fights. So what else can I talk about? It's mostly on the written guide. This is mostly just showing stuff. I guess I really haven't said that it's like a super easy build to pilot. I am walking into a boss optionally, and you hold left and right click, and then you don't do anything else. That's the whole thing. Super easy to pilot. You can't fuck it up. What else before I end? Oh yeah, my helmet could be way better. I want a T7 Leon Great Helm. Do I have any? Doesn't look like it. But finding one with an open suffix, because you need an open suffix to get the set bonus with T7 strength, is crazy hard. But that's how you get your crit immunity, is with that helmet, not this one. That's pretty much it. Super rambly. I don't think really anybody's gonna care too much about this video anyway. But feel free to ask any questions, because this build is like, it can do all. You could, if you really put the time into it, you can definitely get the damage to get Uber Aberoth down. Uber Aberoth's more of a skill check. I just didn't want to put the time into. I want to play other builds right now. Oh, I never really said this. This is a ring that's been in the game for like forever, and it makes melee just better. It gives you free leech. Doom is like, what was it, 12% increased damage? Or more damage. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. That's the video.